The river was wild that evening, swollen from days of unrelenting rain, its current tearing through the valley like an untamed beast desperate to be free, and that's where Ethan Cole saw her, the widow in the pale blue dress clinging to a broken branch as the rushing water tried to claim her. The sky roared with thunder, the air heavy with the scent of mud and fear, and without a moment's hesitation, the cowboy kicked off his boots, dove into the freezing current, and swam against the raging torrent that seemed determined to take her away. He didn't know her name, didn't know her story, only that her eyes, those white, terrified eyes, pleaded for life. When he reached her, his arm wrapped around her waist, her body trembling violently in his grasp, her breath shallow, her lips cold and blue. "Hold on," he shouted, though the wind stole his voice. She tried to answer, but her words were swallowed by the storm. It took everything he had, every ounce of strength, to drag her toward the riverbank, his muscles burning, lungs on fire, until finally, the two of them collapsed on the muddy grass, gasping, alive. The rain still fell, gentle now, as if the heavens had softened at the sight of mercy. She lay beside him, her hair tangled across her face, and when she finally spoke, her voice was barely a whisper. "You shouldn't have done that," she said. "I wasn't worth saving." Ethan turned to her, his chest still heaving. "That's not your choice to make," he replied, his voice steady, his eyes kind but firm. "No one gets to decide their worth when Thierry drowning." Her name was Isabelle de la Cruz, a widow from the next ranch over. Word around town was that she hadn't left her house in months, not since her husband's horse threw him off a cliff during the last cattle drive. People said she'd lost her will to live, that the woman who used to fill the Sunday service with her laughter now sat alone, wrapped in black shawls and silence. Ethan had never met her, only heard whispers, until the river decided to bring her into his path. That night, after wrapping her in his coat and carrying her to his cabin, she sat by his fire in clothes that dripped water and sorrow. The flames danced in her eyes, and he saw something there, a war between grief and guilt. She stared at the flames for a long time before finally saying, "I walked into that river on purpose." Her confession was quiet, not meant for judgment but for release. Ethan didn't flinch. "Then I guess it wasn't your time," he said, handing her a blanket. She took it, her hands trembling, tears forming but refusing to fall. "You don't understand," she murmured. "My husband was everything. I've been nothing without him." Ethan poked the fire with a stick, his voice low. "You think dying will make you whole again?" She didn't answer, just looked at him as if seeing something unfamiliar, a man who wasn't trying to fix her or pity her, only remind her she was still here. The rain stopped by dawn, leaving behind a world.